channel. I'm Charlotte. If you're interested in knowing how I got this look right here, then keep on watching. So let's start with brows. Brows were actually the first thing that I was into. I remember when I was 10 or 11. I guess I was 11. For the first time, I really wanted to pluck my brows. I discovered, so I guess this would have been like in the year 2000? Yeah, year 2000, just before the year 2000, like 99, I guess. I really wanted to pluck my brows. My mom didn't pluck her brows, or didn't have tweezers, or both. So I decided that I could use pliers. So that's what I did. I used pliers, and I was so happy with the transformation. I don't have any pictures or anything that documented what it actually looked like. I just know that that week, like when we went to rent videos or something, or we went to the pharmacy, the girl at the counter was just like, "Oh, I really like your brows." And now I'm like, I loved that, but I was also like, oh my god, that means that like you can tell that I plucked my brows. Now in retrospect, I don't know what that means. I don't know if like they were genuinely nice, or or it just looked like I plucked my eyebrows. But I think that's actually the first like body hair removal I ever did, before even like shaving legs, or it was around the same time. I started wearing like light makeup, I guess, when I was in sixth grade, probably 6th grade. And by makeup I mean like I used like the Bonnabelle, I don't know how you would say it in English, like Bonnabelle, like powder, like loose translucent powder, because you know it was still all about being super matte back then, and also just like as being a greasy preteen, like I wanted to be matte as can be. So I used powder, and I used, let's see, what else did I use? Powder and lip gloss, and I guess mascara. I don't even know if I used mascara at the beginning, but I definitely used mascara once I went to high school. And at the beginning of high school, I just used mascara. I don't even think I used powder anymore. I just used mascara, brow gel, that's what I used. I always did something with my brows ever since the early 2000s. I used gel, just like clear, like that CoverGirl clear gel. That's what I used, just to keep them all in place. And I always had quite thin brows, and I actually have like missing hair parts where I have like scars where I fell and hurt myself when I was a kid. I remember back in the day when when Facebook was still kind of new, there was this like add-on that where people could like send you anonymous messages, and some person sent me this message like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, I really like you, but you should stop plucking your eyebrows." It was so strange. This was before people were really into eyebrows too. Like, people didn't talk about eyebrows. I didn't hear about eyebrows. But this person apparently really noticed my eyebrows. Anyway. But I actually didn't pluck that much. I just don't have a lot of hairs. So now to get what I have now, like I basically don't pluck. Like the only hairs I pluck are like those random hairs that might go right here, but I don't pluck anything under the brow, because otherwise I don't have that much, you know. As you can tell, I'm gonna put a little bit more. So yeah, so in high school I didn't wear that much makeup. I definitely didn't wear anything like as a base. I've never worn, actually I only started wearing base products for the first time maybe 4 years ago. So when I was about 27, so in my late 20s, I started experimenting with base products. But before then, I had never used base products. I tried in my teens once or twice, and I was like, gross. I don't know if it's like, I obviously didn't really know how to use them, but I just thought it just looked like gross on my face. I was like, yuck, no. And I still, to this day, I'd rather an imperfection or something show through than it look really cakey and gross. But I do like full coverage now, especially like when you're doing a more dramatic eye look or something, definitely. So anyway, this is the way that I like to carve out my eyebrows. So now that I have my eyebrows done, I'm going to prime my lids. Actually, I'm not sure. Yes. So I'm doing this because I just find that, especially just working around the eye, like the heat, the warmth of my fingers just helps to blend everything out really nicely. I never wore eyeshadow when I was younger. I think, I remember when I was around 15, I think I had like one eyeshadow. It was a gray eyeshadow, and I would use it like as a liner. That's the most I've ever done with my lids, I think. Other than like being really, really young, playing with like blue eyeshadow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, like in the 90s. And glitter. I remember this girl I remember meeting this girl when I was about 13 who was maybe 12. I was maybe 12, more like it. And she was older than me. She was like 15. And she's the first person that like helped put my makeup on, and I really wanted my makeup to be like hers. And it was basically just like black, smoky, kohl liner with like sparkling glitter all over the lid and lots of mascara. So she did that on me. Very 90s, very early 2000s appropriate. And I loved it. I loved it so much, and I spent a lot of time going into pharmacies and just experimenting but not buying, just playing with the testers. I remember I once bought this stick foundation when I was younger because I saw like ads. It was a L'Oreal stick foundation. This must have been like this must have been like 2001. And it was, now I know, it was way too dark for me. And I didn't know how to use it. It was like a very tan shade. I didn't know how to use it, so I just kind of admired it and swatched it regularly and never used it. I have no idea what happened to it or anything, but I obviously don't have it anymore, and I haven't had it for a really long time. When I got into high school, I basically, that's all I did, you know. It was, makeup was, for me, was just to like kind of accentuate a little bit my eyes. It wasn't to cover anything up. I never covered anything up, even when I had like acne and stuff. I just used it to make my eyes look more awake with a little bit of mascara and keep my brows in place, and that's pretty much, that is it. And then gloss, like definitely always like a gloss or a lip balm. So very minimal. And I did admire other people's makeup though, but I just couldn't see myself doing that regularly, and I guess I just wasn't that interested. And in my early 20s, or I guess, no, my late teens, so once after high school and everything, I completely stopped wearing makeup. I'm sure I did sometimes, like mascara or something, but I basically just stopped wearing makeup. At first it was like, if I didn't wear mascara, I know people understand this, but people would just think that I was like tired. They'd be like, oh, you look so tired. I'm like, nope, I just don't have any mascara on. And I have like very blonde lashes, as you can probably see. I mean, they look non-existent. Not the only person I saw doing this, but Raw Beauty Christie, I'll link her channel below. She did a video comparing how she used to do her makeup versus now, and one of the things she used to do was set her primer on her lids, but she found that once she stopped setting it and just waiting until it just stays kind of tacky like it is now, that the colors came out a lot more vibrant. So far I think that's seems to be the case. I don't know if it's just because I'm putting more on because this is on camera and I know it doesn't show up as much as in real life, but the transition seems to be more vibrant than it usually is. I will link the products that I'm using down below. But honestly, like, I want to just encourage you to use whatever palettes or products you have already. The lighting is weird now. Sufficient transition for me. Let me go in. Slightly deeper color. So basically in my early 20s I wasn't wearing any makeup, just occasionally, but a lot of times, like, I moved out of my mom's when I was 17. And I had been working since I was 15, so I was just really busy. Like, I remember when I went to Cégep, which is the equivalent of, I don't know, it's kind of, well, in Quebec where I live, you have high school and then you have Cégep for 2 years and then you have university. So I was in Cégep. When I was in Cégep, I was getting up 5 days a week at least to go work before classes. So I was out of the house at 5 in the morning, and sometimes I'd get home at midnight. Like, it was, I don't know how I did it. I mean, I know how I did it, but I don't know how I would do that now. It wasn't super sustainable. But I did it at that time. Wow, what the hell is going on with the I really like, personally, I love lots of different makeup looks and lots of different makeup styles, but I really like a slightly blown out eyeshadow look. Lauren Made Beauty, I find really inspiring for like very light, diffused kind of blown out looks. I really like the way she experiments with that, and it's not always It's not always the most trendy thing right now. Like there's a lot of like sharp cut creases and very structured looks and very intense looks, and sometimes I like how she still plays with color and stuff and still manages to keep it soft, unless she's not keeping it soft. But I mean, that soft doesn't need to mean just neutral. I like that. And that you can still use different tones of colors and still be soft and not too precise. Like, I like that. So I didn't wear any makeup after that. After basically in my early 20s, I got into a relationship, which I will not go into detail, but basically it was a very controlling, abusive relationship. But one of the things that happened then was that it became kind of like a rule that I couldn't wear makeup. So at that point, it really was like no makeup, like none. Like I remember once wearing mascara, just mascara, and it created a big fight. So there was no makeup, even though I did want to wear makeup. But because makeup was never like a huge part of my life or anything up until then, like I didn't fight it, you know? Once I got out of that relationship, I kind of went like on a mini makeup binge. Like I wasn't as into makeup as I am now, but I definitely went and like bought makeup and that I wanted to buy and experimented a little bit. I still wasn't wearing base products or anything. Like the most I would have ever done was a little bit of brow product, mascara, and a bright lip or something. That would have been me really made up at the time. So yeah, that was really nice. It was really an empowering thing for me at that point, because it was about reclaiming myself and my interests and my passions and rediscovering myself, basically, because I had completely given myself up over to this other person and I didn't even know who I was anymore. So that play was really important for me. I did that for a couple years, and then I discovered Sephora. At this point, I was working a lot and making money, and I didn't have a kid. So I was making money, I was working a lot, like 3 jobs, and it's funny because if I look back at what I got then at Sephora, I'm like, wow, I wish I could get spend what I spent then now, which I can't do, knowing what I know now, because it was literally like I would see a video and be like, oh, maybe that's what I should use for me. But you know, just because someone else likes it doesn't mean it's good for you or that it's the right product for you. Or that you even need it or want it. Now I really know what I want, what I like, and not just in makeup, of course, but in life. Getting there. So. Used these before, so. very pretty. Just for the sake of experimentation, I'm gonna add a bit of glitter on top. Cause yeah, I don't actually have any like glitter glue or anything though, so I'm gonna try to, and as you can tell, I didn't cut the crease or anything. I do like cut creases, but I also like when there isn't that defined kind of edge too. I feel like that one has more. Right. Let's see if I can add glitter on top of that. Oh my god, this is so fun, intense. Don't know how long that's gonna last because I don't have glitter glue. It'll probably fall all over my face soon. I suppose we will see. Remember, this is my first time using glitter. I don't know if you can see it. Glitter. Anyway, I'm gonna do my base, my face now, and then we can do the lower lash line. And my background is all screwed up right now because the lighting in the background, the natural light, was screwing up my setup, and please be patient with me while I learn my new camera and the little lighting that I have. Okay, let's just get on with it. This is how it's gonna be for now. I swear though, okay, can I please have some suggestions? What do you guys do when you use glitter? Because, you know, I knew that I wanted to experiment with this on a day that I wasn't going outside, because this is exactly what happened. I have glitter all over my face where I don't want it. I don't want the glitter there. So, and I don't even know if you can see it on camera. Anyway, let's continue. Let's do the face, the base. Use a sample of La Compagnie foundation. I'm going to paint it on first. God, you can totally see the glitter all over. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can definitely see it in the mirror. I paint a light layer. I feel like if YouTube was around when I was a teen, preteen, I feel like I would have gotten into makeup because it's something that's always fascinated me. So it's always makeup has always fascinated me. I need curtains. That's what I need right now, because the lighting was great at the beginning when I set this up, and now it's just like not good. I'm not gonna add any more than that, just a light layer. I'm going to conceal a little bit. I actually wanted to start with concealing. So yeah, I think I would have gotten into makeup had I had access to the whole beauty world when I was a teenager. A lot of things. Actually, I think that if CrossFit and makeup were big when I was a teen, they both would have changed my life. I don't necessarily do CrossFit per se now, but I do lift weights and have been for quite a few years. And I just think that it would have been an amazing outlet at a time in my life when it would have been a great positive influence, you know, as a teen girl. I don't feel that I really had any positive influences around me like that in the broader culture. It's really hard to do your makeup on camera, by the way. Like, I'm not doing nearly as good a job as I would be if I was just me, myself, and I without an eyelash. I have an eyelash and tons of glitter all over my face. Okay. See, like, I don't like a harsh edge. See, it was like winged out weird. Like, just don't. I'm gonna take a clean brush. But anyways, I haven't done the bottom lash line anyway. But I really wonder if you can see the glitter, because it is crazy. We're on this end. I'm going to contour a little bit just because we're on camera. I would not usually do this, but why not? Oh, there, that's my hair. That's my hair contouring for me. It's not doing the makeup on camera that's hard, it's the talking while doing your makeup on camera that's hard. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the ABH foundation sticks. I have the contour stick. They smell disgusting. They smell like the L'Oreal foundation stick from back in the day that I had. Disgusting. Just doesn't smell good. I don't like fragrance in my products that I'm putting on my face. Love perfume though, but just not in my makeup products. But wow, that glitter really gets everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful, but it gets everywhere. Anyway, I look very washed out on camera. I forgot that it does that, right? It does that on camera. See, I need to get used to all of these things. I'm learning, you guys. Which, when you're learning, you need to just do. That's how you learn, right? You do, you make mistakes, that's how you learn. There's only so much you can learn from other people. You also have to do. Oh my god, see this? I was hoping it didn't do that, but it did. Earlier on when I was trying to dress my toddler, he like head-butted me. And yes, I have a slightly bloody lip. Joys. The joys of toddlerhood. I love my toddler. I love him so much. And I love his big personality. He has such a big personality. I wouldn't want to change that. But it does come with that. And that's the kind of intensity it comes with. Okay, so now we are going to set a little bit of that contour and brightener. This is not necessarily how I would do my makeup when I was going out. This is just like for camera, I guess, because like I said, I wouldn't usually contour and all that. But I have really been enjoying the Anastasia contour kit. That looks freaking crazy on camera right now, so I'm gonna have to. And I don't have that much foundation on too. It's like quite light, the coverage. My interest in makeup is my interest in art in general. You know, which has been reignited. I was really interested in as a child in the arts, but and a lot of other things that I kind of gave up on as I got older, and that I'm just now starting to realize are really things I want to put back into my life, basically. So what was I gonna use? Oh, right. Now that we've done that, I'm actually even though I look so, oops, oh my goodness. I'm going to bronze a little bit. Try to warm up this face. Look straight on a little more. Not ignore you. I need to start looking right at you and not in the viewfinder. This brush I got from BoxyCharm. I would never have bought it. It's an Aesthetica brush P12, but it's just so fluffy and nice, and it's actually add a little bit of blush. A little bit of blush, or a lot of blush. I don't know, it's hard to tell right now. It's hard to tell, I don't know where to look. It looks so different on camera too, so I feel like, yeah, this is definitely more makeup than I would usually wear to go out. And for highlight, I am really loving and obsessed. Actually, you know what really got me convinced to buy this was the very dry consistency in the pan. I found so interesting. It wasn't like, it didn't kick up a bunch of powder like my other highlighters, which I found really interesting. And I also love the color. I'm gonna use this for my brow bone highlight too. It's just so darn pretty. It's so pretty. I also like when, okay, I'm gonna actually put some a little bit in the inner corner. I find that it ties everything together too when you use like the same highlight for all the parts of your face, like including your eyes too. I really need something to keep my brows in place because they're all over the place now. See, like I used a gel, but like a color gel, but it doesn't really, oh, can you see the highlight? It doesn't really It's hard to do things while you're talking. Usually I'm not talking while I'm doing my makeup. This is something that's very new for me. So basically my hairs are all over the place now. Okay, so now that that's done, what I like to do too is kind of softly buff all the products together. God, that highlight is so beautiful. It really is, like, it really does look like wet, which is what I like. I hate a glittery highlight on me because I have pores. It just doesn't look good. Just fell off my face, like fell onto my face. I'm definitely gonna have to invest in some glitter glue. It's pretty, but I just don't want it there, you know? So basically on the bottom, I'm just gonna do the same thing as the top. Finished look. I just added a little bit of gloss and a flush toned eyeliner in my waterline. I like it. I wish the lighting was better right now to show it off, but there you go. Now my toddler is back here, so we are gonna have to end the video and put him to bed. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, leave a comment below, I would love that.